Welcome to Storytime with Grammy Field. Today's book is called Lulu's Piano Lesson. It's written by Arlene Alda and illustrated by Lisa Desimini. "See you next week, Lulu," said Mr. Sharp. On Monday, "Give me a push," said Lulu's sister, Kara. Lulu pushed Kara's swing as high as she could. Squeak, squeak, the swing went higher and higher. Squeak, squeak, the swing went up and down. Lulu got on her own swing and pumped her legs. Closing her eyes, she almost fell asleep to the lullaby of squeaks. "It's time for your piano practice," called out Mom. Lulu opened her eyes. "Time to practice Old MacDonald." "I'm still swinging. Later, please," said Lulu. Later came and later went as Lulu and Kara played in the yard. On Tuesday, ring, ring, Lulu pressed the bell on her bike as she and her best friend Marcy rode around the corner. Ring, ring, as they warned the squirrels to get out of the way. Lulu felt the breeze blowing her hair back from her face. She sang, "Better watch out, here we come, ring, ring, a ring." Lulu passed her front door just as Mom called out, "Time to practice the piano, it's near dinner time." "Soon, soon," called out Lulu as she and Marcy whizzed by once again. Soon came and soon went as Lulu happily rode her bike with Marcy. On Wednesday, Lulu climbed up to the first branch of the apple tree in her yard. Thump, thump, some apples fell to the ground. Lulu saw Mom and Kara through the kitchen window. "Hi," she waved. Lulu climbed higher just as Mom called out, "Lulu, how about a little piano playing?" Thump, splat went some more apples as they fell to the ground and stayed right where they landed. "I'm still climbing," said Lulu. "Not now." "Not now" came and "not now" went as Lulu happily climbed up the tree, jumped down, over and over. On Thursday, the wind howled, "Whoo!" as the wind poured on the apple tree, poured on the swings, and poured on the street outside the house. Lulu and Kara played inside with their teddy bears. "It's a great day to practice Old MacDonald," said Mom. "In 10 minutes," said Lulu. 10 minutes came and 10 minutes went as Lulu and Kara switched from teddy bears to stuffed dogs and cats. And then Friday afternoon arrived. "Time for your piano lesson," said Mom. Lulu looked surprised. "Today?" she asked. "I really don't want to take my lesson today. I didn't practice." But Lulu packed up her music and slowly walked to her piano teacher's house. As Lulu walked, the tune of Old MacDonald swirled around in her head to the sounds of her own shoes on the sidewalk. Tip-tap, tip-tap. Lulu's stomach felt like it was on a roller coaster, rising and falling with each step she took. "Hi, Lulu," said her teacher when he answered the door. "How are you today?" "Good, Mr. Sharp," said Lulu. Lulu always said good even when she didn't really feel that way, even when her stomach churned from not having practiced. Lulu finally blurted out, "I didn't practice this week." "What fun things did you do instead?" asked Mr. Sharp. Lulu talked about Kara and Marcy, the swings in her yard, her bike rides, climbing the apple tree, and playing with her stuffed animals. The more she talked, the better she felt. Lulu forgot all about her stomachache as she continued. "I'm sorry that I didn't practice the piano this week, but I heard a lot of sounds that were like music to me," she said. There were squeaks from the swings, thumps from the apples falling, and ring from my bike bell, and whoo-hoos from the wind, and tip-tap from my shoes to the old MacDonald song that was playing in my head when I walked here today. Can you sing those sounds for me to the tune of Old MacDonald? Mr. Sharp asked. You don't want me to sing. Well, let's go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, sang Lulu. On his farm he herd his shoes, E-I-E-I-O. With a tip-tap here and a tip-tap there, here a tip, there a tap, everywhere a tip-tap. Lulu liked to sing. It wasn't hard, like reading notes and playing the piano. She sang on about the sounds and the wind howling, apples falling, swings squeaking, and bicycle bells ringing. Now that you've warmed up, how about playing your lesson at the piano? Asked Mr. Sharp. But that's what I didn't practice, said Lulu. Try, said Mr. Sharp. Lulu stared at the music on the page. At first, the notes looked mostly like black dots on lines. Slowly, Lulu figured out what the notes were. She remembered their alphabet names and where they were on the piano keys. Mr. Sharp helped her whenever she asked. The song started to come from the piano as Lulu played the notes written on the page. She played them over and over, each time getting more sure of herself, each time playing a piece a little faster. I did it, she said. I can read the notes and play the piano all at the same time. And I didn't do it later. I did it now, said Lulu proudly. And you made up new words to the song, too, added Mr. Sharp. Lulu felt good. Her teacher clapped his hands loudly. Bravo, Lulu, he said. For next week's lesson, practice Old MacDonald and see if you can memorize the piano part. Lulu's lesson was over. Her stomach ache was completely gone. Lulu skipped, Lulu ran, Lulu danced, and Lulu sang all the way home. The music of the piano lesson was still in Lulu's head, this time played by a huge orchestra, where the violins were squeak, squeak, the triangle went ring, the flutes went woo, the large timpani drum went thump, thump, and a tip-tap was made by the conductor on as her baton kept the beat. Of course, Lulu herself was singing along while reading the notes and playing the piano at the same time. Thank you for joining me for story time, and if you take music lessons, make sure you practice because that's what makes you better and better each time. Have a nice day.